the Cowboys and the Bills. Has to be the game of the week this week. Two teams who are in must-win situations for different reasons. The Bills fighting for their playoff hopes. The Cowboys trying to get the 1 seed. And the Dak Prescott MVP train is fully loaded right now. I mean, it is going hardcore. 23 touchdowns, 2 interceptions for Dak over the past 8 games. It's the best Dak we've seen. The best CeeDee Lamb we've seen. Brandon Cooks is playing well. Jake Ferguson is awesome. I said that on the reaction show last week. Every time I hear Jake Ferguson's name, he's like, in the end zone, getting in someone's face. I love this guy. He's unbelievable. So we're so used to that letdown spot for the Cowboys again in games like the Eagles we saw last weekend. For them to finally win this one, it makes me think that the Super Bowl it's really Super Bowl or bust at this point for the Cowboys, and we're going to see what they're made of. They go to Buffalo, then they go to Miami, host the Lions, and they're at the Commanders. So you're going to have to go undefeated because the Eagles aren't going to drop 2 of the 4 to the Seahawks, Cardinals, and Giants twice, and they have the tiebreaker. So this one really matters for Dallas, and I like them actually to go into Buffalo, force some turnovers, and beat the Bills, despite how well they're playing. Ziggy, I'm sure you disagree because you're all in on the Bills hype train.
I mean, I've been pretty high on both of these teams throughout the year, right? But the thing is I think the Buffalo Bills are starting to smell blood in the water. You start hearing, oh boy, Tyreek Hill could be missing some games, right? Things are starting. This Bills team, I think, is starting to believe that their playoff picture, not just like sneaking into a wild card spot, but actually getting in, winning the division, and hosting some playoff games is happening. They picked exactly the right time to start getting hot. And yeah, I think that we're going to see positive regression. Josh Allen is going to continue to do his thing. He's going to continue to improve. And this Cowboys defense, even though it's very good, they just gave up 35 to the Seahawks, right? It's not as though they're impenetrable, and it is tough to stop Josh Allen. So I definitely wouldn't count the Bills out at home in a must-win game.
This game goes a long way for the Dak MVP conversation, Dallas winning the NFC East, and
the Josh Allen MVP conversation.
But Dallas winning the division and maybe getting the number 1 seed. Where I look at this game is Dallas on the defensive side of the ball. We know they've been so good. But the one area they're outside of the top 10 is the run game. And what James Cook has done the last 4 weeks.
He's been awesome.
He's gotten over 100 yards. The first Bills running back to do that in 4 straight games since 2016. So Dallas will score their points. They're the top offensive football right now. They just beat Philly by 20 points, hung 33. They'll score their points. I think Buffalo needs to run the ball efficiently. Keep Dak on the sideline. And if James Cook can go over 100 yards once again, and again, this Cowboys defense most vulnerable against the run, if they can get Cook going, not be one-dimensional, not just Allen to Diggs, but on both ends of the offense, Buffalo can win this game. If James Cook's not a factor, Dallas wins this game. I think that's what it comes down to. Buffalo's run game.
Gotcha. Yeah,
and they've been solid the last 4 weeks. He's been very good.
He's been awesome. I've been paying attention to him because I've been playing him, and my family members have been playing him in fantasy week. So that we have a watchful eye on James Cook specifically. Last game he was phenomenal, and all season long, really, especially towards the past few weeks, he's been heating up.
And with the way, sorry to interrupt, but with the way that Dak and Dallas is playing, I mean, they just murdered this Philly team who just beat Buffalo not long ago.
Mm-hmm.
The way to kind of slow them down right now and to play with them with the way they're scoring is keep this team on the sideline. And Buffalo's not used to these slow, methodical drives. It's not really how they play, but they've played more so like that recently, and they've looked good doing it. James Cook is a huge factor in this game to me.
Yeah, that penultimate drive in the Chiefs game really stands out. So I think you're right on that. And it's worth noting, right? The Cowboys have been very good. They're 10-3 this year, but they're 3-3 on the road and 7-0 at home, right? So you get 2 different Cowboys teams. You get the Cowboys team that beats the Eagles 33-13 at home, and you get the Cowboys team that loses to the Cardinals by 12, loses to the 49ers by 32, loses to the Eagles on the road. So this team it's schizophrenic, and I don't know which Cowboys team is going to be showing up and if they can beat their road woes.
Well, that's another reason to circle the importance of the 1 seed for Dallas. At home, they've been so good this season. They really are just crushing people in Dallas.
They haven't won a game by less than double digits at home all year.
No,
right?
they've been blowouts.
Yeah.
I mean, what was Seattle? Seattle may have been, that was a back and forth.
Oh, Seattle was like 8.
But still, like they looked, I mean, the offense has been sensational. I need to find that stat they said on Thursday Night Football about Dallas on turf versus grass this year, which has been, I mean, maybe that correlates more closely to home and away. The one thing that I'm going to watch for Dallas and Buffalo is the Cowboys have the highest pressure rate in football. Josh Allen, we all know 14 interceptions this year. He's been turning the ball over a lot. He's been really good the past few weeks. The numbers against the Chiefs might not show how many plays he makes for this offense, but if Dallas is able to get to him and force an interception or two here or there, that's where I think the game is going to swing, because the Cowboys right now, they're just playing so well on both sides of the ball. And really Buffalo is too, so it's going to be a good game. One stat here that goes with your Bills take, 15-2 in December and January in regular season games since 2020.
I was going to bring that up. This is now December. It's upstate New York. This is Josh Allen weather. I do think the Bills, a cheap money line price at home, -130, a back and forth, very good game. Again, I think James Cook has a good game. I think Josh Allen has a good game, and I do think the Bills win.
That crowd is great. I've been there before. Well, actually, here let me rephrase that. That crowd is raucous. They were like twerking me when I was 11 years old, but they are an insane crowd.
The crowd will get into it late, and I think Buffalo forces some sort of huge turnover and wins the game close.
You're right, though, Jack. This is one of those games where Dallas can make another statement here. If they beat the Eagles, then go on the road. And most people think the Bills are a top 5 or 6 team in the league at the moment.
If Dallas goes and wins this game, I might say that right now they're my pick to win the Super Bowl. Them or San Francisco. But I don't think that Dallas wins this game.
Last thing here, I said this right before we started. 62% of the money line bets I'm seeing on the Bills, 95% of the money on Dallas. Just saying.